Hello, this is Mad Cat. I know I haven't done anything live in a long time. I've just been super busy, but I decided to make a special exception today because someone who I consider a friend, Mercedes Carrera, has been arrested. Now, her charge is basically that she had sex with a minor, her and her boyfriend. And I mean, this is shocking. This is really surprising that she would ever be arrested for such a thing. But, it's what really shocks me right now is, this story just came out like a few hours ago. Like it just happened today. Like we just got it. And so many people are jumping on the bandwagon of, oh, I can't believe she did that. She's so disgusting. Oh, I've had her on my show before. What do I do with all those videos? Are you fucking kidding me? We just get a story out that she's been arrested and you immediately think she's guilty? Has anything she's ever done mean anything that you're just so quick to drop the hat and say, oh, well, she got arrested for it. She must be guilty. Do we not remember Kavanaugh? All of those trumped up charges that were lobbied against him, many of which have been refuted. And it's like, oh, yeah, I made the whole thing up. The whole Kavanaugh thing, and especially Christina Blasey Ford, who couldn't remember when it happened, couldn't remember the location of where it happened, or any specific details, and yet so many people were ready to believe her that Brett Kavanaugh was this evil rapist. And not only did he do it in high school, he did it in college under the same set of criteria. They don't know when it happened. They don't really remember who it happened with, except he was there at the party or something. Now, look, call me biased. I'm biased in this situation. She has done a lot of good work. She has helped me out. She helped me out when a lot of people didn't. Okay? I really need help. And, I've tried a number of things to try to get myself out of my situation. And she has been a big supporter in all of that. She even donated a large sum of money, not a super large, but a nice, tidy sum, which was more than most people had done for me. Now, I'm not trying to say that the people who did donate to me that somehow, theirs didn't count. I appreciate theirs. But she did a lot for me. So, yeah, I'm a little bit biased in this, but I don't know. The last 10 years, what we've seen, the Brett Kavanaugh, we saw Bill Cosby. Now, yes, I understand that he was found guilty later, but 50 women came forward, and many of those were just thrown out as being impossible to actually have happened. We had the Rolling Stones article at UVA found to be false. We had the Duke lacrosse team found to be false. We had so many. Mattress Girl was found to be false. Now, these are cases of rape. I understand that. And technically, this is a charge of rape. It is misconduct with an underage girl. In fact, let's go to the article itself. I'm reluctant to show this article, but I think I need to because it does give her real name out there, which, I've never wanted to know. If she wanted me to know, she would have let me know. Screen share, application window. And you'll hear my Twitter going off because I'm receiving like a lot of people. All right, so here we go. So, police say an adult film actress and producer were arrested Tuesday on suspicion of committing sexual acts with a girl may have other victims. That's such horrible writing. But suspicion. Let's focus on that word. Not that they found evidence. There was a suspicion, and they got arrested on that. Melinda Smith, 35, and Jason Whitney, 43, were charged Tuesday with 8 counts of each of sexually abusing a child under the age of 10. They also face a count of possession with armed with a gun. Well, armed with a handgun. Okay, charged. I swear I can read. Smith is also known as Mercedes Carrera, a porn star with an extensive number of credits on IMDb. Whitney is better known as Jay Allen, a producer and director of several pornographic films. Detectives from the Rancho Cucamonga Police Department say that they were first notified of sexual acts against the girl under the age of 10 on January 31st. The girl was sexually abused repeatedly over 4 months by Smith and Whitney, according to police. Last Friday, a search warrant served at their home uncovered evidence corroborating the girl's statement. A bedroom setup where the couple could film and record various pornographic video and web shows, methamphetamines, and 2 loaded handguns. So the girl's statement was that there was a setup in their room. They had filming equipment. There was meth there and 2 loaded handguns. Okay. I mean, okay, charge her for methamphetamines. If having a loaded handgun in the house is wrong, okay, charge her for that. It's California. I don't know what the crazy laws are. The couple was denied bail and remain in custody. They're scheduled to make their first court appearance Wednesday, which I guess is today. So I'm going to hop off this. Stop. So yeah. I mean, maybe they're guilty. Okay, maybe. That's always a possibility. But I am choosing to believe in innocence until proven guilty. And there are a lot of people being shamed right now for having that mindset of saying, you know what, look at the last 10 years of all the people who have been falsely accused of things and later found to be innocent. And, you know, a statement I made on Twitter, which I'm going to read. I'm not going to show it to you, but my statement is as follows. If I'm wrong and Mercedes Carrera is guilty, then my crime is believing the best in people and innocent until proven guilty. If the many who think she's guilty are wrong and she's innocent, then your crime is being part of the justice mob, the thing we claim to be against. Now, I wanted to say the social justice mob, but I ran out of room. And that's it right there. I mean, yeah, she could be guilty. But at the same time, I mean, she goes on Twitter and she pisses a lot of people off. She pisses off the sex-negative feminists. She pisses off ex-porn stars who have an axe to grind with the industry. She supports men's rights. She's a big supporter of veterans. She doesn't like, you know, women who infantilize other women. She believes in innocent until proven guilty. She is an activist. You know, one of our most powerful allies in the men's movement. And, you know, stop for a moment and ask yourself, is it possible? I mean, we're certainly saying it's possible she's guilty. Is it possible that someone made up charges to lobby against her? We know that women will do this. They will say that a man raped them. I mean, Mattress Girl is a perfect example of this. That, oh, well, she had sex with a guy and she wanted to have more sex and he denied her, so she claimed it was rape. And if they're willing to do that, then how willing are people willing to destroy Mercedes Carrera? I say that it's equal possibilities that someone is doing this to her to take her out as it is that she's guilty. And that's what innocent until proven guilty is. Prove one of these to be true, and then I will accept that as fact. Again, if she's guilty, then my crime is that I believe the best about her, and I believed in the spirit of our system, innocent until proven guilty. But if all of these people, and some of the people that I'm seeing, I'm not going to say who, you can find them all on Twitter, but it just surprises me how quick people are to jump on this bandwagon. It's like, oh yeah, she's disgusting. Oh, I can't believe I ever knew her. What do I do with my videos? I had her on my channel. Now she's a molester. That's just it right there. Even if she's found innocent, she has been charged with a crime and arrested for a crime. And she might spend the rest of her life never letting that down, even if she's found innocent. Even if she's found not guilty. And this is what happens to guys a lot. The thing we fear the most is being charged with a crime like this, being charged for rape. Because even if we can prove we're innocent, everyone's still going to wonder, well, he was charged, and if you're charged, then there's likely something to it. So it's just better to believe that he is a rapist rather than he might be innocent. It's better to believe a man is guilty of something even if he's found to be innocent. Because, hey, system is corrupt, right? And I don't know. I'm really pissed off with people right now. I'm pissed off that, look at everything she has done. And yes, she has done a number of things for me. I'm extremely thankful for that. But look at all that she has done. And we're just so quick to just say, oh, well, she's been charged for this. It must be true. Yeah, and Lucky says this in the group chat here. When kids are involved, it's over for you no matter what. And that's true. Whether it's a false rape charge or something to do with kids, it doesn't matter. She may never work in porn again, especially if she's found innocent. I mean, if she's found guilty, she'll go to jail, and then she'll never be part of the industry again. But if she's found innocent, she may still not work in the industry because people may not want to work with her. Her reputation is also on the line here. It's not just her innocent and guilt. Yeah, she's guilty. Yeah, her reputation's ruined. Fine. And I'll admit that I was wrong. But if she's innocent, her reputation may also be on the chopping block, and boom, gone. Who can take someone seriously when the best of your defense is, hey, you were arrested. Oh, you were found guilty? Gee, this system is corrupt. Well, Mercedes has said often that, a lot of women in the industry use drugs. So that I'm not surprised that she's using meth. It's really none of my business. But, maybe I'm a little disappointed in her that she would do something. I always knew she did pot, but meth? Wow. I mean, if you found meth, yeah, definitely arrest her for that shit. Definitely throw her, in jail for that shit. Or, give her probation or whatever. There's a crime there. Fine. But no, I'm just not going to believe it. I'm not going to believe it until someone can give me hard evidence that it's true. If they say, oh, all this recording equipment, and they kept videos of them sexually molesting a 10-year-old girl over and over again. Okay, that would be evidence. And if it's out there, then it's out there. She's guilty. She goes to jail. She loses her livelihood. She loses the respect of so many people out there. But until then, until such evidence is found, she is innocent. Call me a rube, call me biased, call me whatever. But if the worst thing you can say about me is that I believe in the spirit of the system and I want to believe the best of people, then I'm guilty as charged. I'm guilty for wanting to view it this way. Because look at all the other things I mentioned. UVA, Duke lacrosse team, Bill Cosby. Yes, he was found guilty later, but 50 women came forward, and most of those were thrown out to be impossible. Brett Kavanaugh. And all the other false rape charges that we hear so often. All the other false shit that's out there that we hear so often that the media refuses to report on. We hear about it all the time. Well, DJ Volk says, are you nuts? What the fuck? Jail? If true, should get death penalty. Well, you know, that's not for me to decide. That's for the courts to decide. The recording equipment Tom Leach says, the recording equipment means nothing. Actual video means something. I'm waiting until we see proof. I've seen too many people get taken down by pedo accusations at convenient times. And DJ Volks asks if I'm comparing this to Brett Kavanaugh. Yes, I am. Brett Kavanaugh was accused by several women, many who have later recanted and say that they made it up or that they were pressured into saying something about it. I'm comparing this to everything. Yes, 8 counts. 8 counts of what? A 10-year-old girl saying, hey, they had sex with me 8 times in a 4-month period? Being able to say, hey, they have this room. They have this equipment. They have 2 guns that are loaded. They had methamphetamines. Now, that may be an indication that she was in that room. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that she was raped. There was a news story I read a few years ago where this man was convicted based on his daughter saying that he raped her. Now, her parents were divorced, but what ended up happening is her mother pressured her into giving details that her father had raped her, and he went to jail. And when she became an adult, she recanted all of those statements saying that she was put up to it by her mother. But the problem is they couldn't release him from jail because, well, hey, you're his daughter, you know. You might be suffering something. But it happens. Or maybe someone else saw it and told this little girl to say something. Or maybe this girl's telling the truth and Mercedes is guilty. There's just not enough information out there. You want to believe she's guilty because there's charges and it's more exciting to say, hey, she was actually fighting for us, but we want to be a part of the mob rule early on. And like, yeah, I always knew I didn't like her. This is just proof. Me? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to focus on all the good things that she has done and say, give me evidence. If you have some sort of hard evidence that says that she did these things, I can't refute that. I can't say, well, the evidence is wrong. I'm not going to do that. Until then, she's innocent. Lucky says she looked tweak out in her booking pics. Yeah. Tom Leach, it might also be an indication that someone groomed her to say those things. Yeah, I just mentioned that. I mean, she wasn't wearing makeup, so that's women. DJ Volk, what good things has she done? Okay, for me personally, she helped me with a crowdfunding project because I'm disabled and I was trying to get some support out there to try to release a book so I could try to make a living so I could take care of myself. And she not only donated money, she also offered a top tier prize to anyone who donated a certain amount of money, that she would send a personalized pic of herself to them with a Polaroid. So it was a very unique photo for that person. She has done that for me. So yeah, call me biased there if you want. She has helped veterans. She appeared in the Lovely Ladies calendar. She donates her time. She was the one who told me to donate the profits from the Lovely Ladies calendars to vets mentoring vets. She, helps the homeless. She was also there on the front lines of Gamergate. She talks about men's issues all the time. Maybe that's not good enough for you, but to me, that's enough that I believe that she's a good person. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I guess the courts will find out. Shannon. Ooh, I haven't seen her in a long time. Look, I love her. She's been there for me when no one else was, when I was suffering in silence last year, but this is not looking good. Obviously, I'm going to wait and see what happens. I really hope you do, Shannon. Very good to talk to you again. It's been a super long time. I don't want to believe this is true, but you know what? If evidence comes forward, I'm forced to acknowledge that evidence, that she would then be guilty. Until that happens, I'm just going to start with innocent until proven guilty, which I would hope everyone did with me if some charges came up. But seeing how people have reacted to Mercedes, I guess it just doesn't matter. If you're accused of a crime in this country, you're just guilty because you were accused. Let's see. Tom Leach, it's too easy to just accuse someone. Like, if someone accused me and there was no evidence, how could I prove a negative that I didn't abuse someone? It's terrifying. So, meth can really destroy minds. That is very true, Shannon. So, interesting you're coming on as Shannon and not your other name, but maybe you changed it. I'm sorry, I haven't really kept up with you. Yeah. If she's on meth, it could have destroyed her mind. That's not an excuse. No, I'm not excusing her like, oh, well, it's extenuating circumstance. I mean, whether it was because of the meth or not that she ends up being guilty, she's guilty, and she deserves whatever punishment comes her way. That is going to be my opinion. And I will admit that I was wrong. But again, I'm wrong because I want to believe that she helped me. She helped Shannon. I know she helped her. She's helped you many times. And I'm glad that you're trying to keep an open mind about this. It's too tempting to just say, well, if she's charged with something, there must be something to it. But, she's helped both of us. Oh, Shannon's telling me that she has a new horror, Under the Veil. Okay, well, kudos for you. So, if anyone else wants to comment on this, feel free to do so. But I guess I just have really nothing else to say at this point. I'm just kind of repeating myself. I really, really hope it's not true. I believe in the concept of innocent until proven guilty. I certainly don't want to return back to Napoleonic times of guilty until proven innocent, that you have to prove that you're innocent. Because, I mean, again, Kavanaugh. I mean, so many people believed he was guilty. Why? Because someone came forward and accused him of rape. Someone who couldn't remember any details at all. And so the mob rule just took over and pounding on the doors, trying to get in. People wanting to kill Brett Kavanaugh because of a woman's accusation. And there were multiple accusations, and many of them have recanted their statements since then. That just happened less than a year ago. So, and that's where my stance is. You know, I didn't really believe Kavanaugh was guilty. I saw it for what it was. But it's like, you know, you look back further. Duke lacrosse team. A prostitute said that the Duke lacrosse team raped her. And then when they checked out her facts, they found out that it couldn't have possibly happened. That didn't stop the school from banging on pots and pans outside their, what was it, dorm, their house or whatever. Wherever they were staying, there were pots and pans being banged, telling them to leave. And they were later found innocent. In fact, the entire faculty signed a petition to expel them from school. Was there ever an apology? Nope. That's the society we live in. So, the madman. Yes, I am waiting till more information comes in. What I have continued to do with every one of these headlines. Yeah. And like I said, I feel that it's equal possibility that someone has done this to her as it is for her to have actually done it. I'm more in the camp of believing that someone has done this to her. I mean, what? They named off a couple of details. Anyone could have been in there. Any person could have had sex with the both of them in that room and then coached a little girl to say all of these things. Now, kudos on the police for taking this seriously. I'm not going to demonize the police in this. They got information. They searched the house. They found what this little girl described, and they made a decision based on that. It's unfortunate that Mercedes got arrested, though, because no matter what happens to her, I mean, she's guilty. Yes, throw away the key. She's innocent. Her career, her reputation is destroyed. Only those of us who were loyal fans through this is really going to stand by her afterwards. Tom Leach. People lie. Even 10-year-old girls. People can be mistaken. Even 10-year-old girls. People misidentify. Even 10-year-old girls. This is the moral panic of 2019. Like, who is this girl? And what was she doing at Mercedes Place over a 4-month period? Is she just having 10-year-old girls hanging out at her place without their parents? Like, what the fuck? And that's a good question right there. You know, we heard about, like, Michael Jackson raping all these little boys, but, you know, very few people really talk about the parents. And the parents, many of them knew about it and were allowing it to happen because they thought, hey, if Michael Jackson rapes our little boy, we'll get a piece of that sweet life of stardom. You know, we'll get a little bit of that. Oh, he pays us. So, I mean, certainly the news media is going to protect the victim because it's a female, a 10-year-old girl. But at the same time, I mean, where were her parents in all of this? How culpable are they in all of this? And are they even going to face any charges whatsoever in this? Shannon's telling me that apparently Mercedes has a daughter that she's kept secret. Yeah, the madman says that she has. Mercedes has always said that she had a husband, Damon Sims, and this story says it was a producer boyfriend. Now, I do know that Damon Sims is a producer, so maybe it's talking about the same person. Maybe they said they were husband and wife and just never actually officially tied the knot, but it keeps saying boyfriend. Of course, the news media is not really known to getting all the facts correct. But it's interesting that Mercedes has had a daughter and she's kept secret about it. And maybe that's who that little girl is actually her daughter. Okay, I'm not sure how to feel about that. But of course, the key word in Shannon's statement is allegedly had a daughter. You know, allegedly doesn't necessarily mean it's true, that it's more of a rumor. It could be true. Maybe she has a daughter. Maybe she was raping her own daughter. Again, I'm going to need some hard facts here. So, I'm flabbergasted. I guess what really concerns me is just all of these people that claim to be a part of this movement, who have seen the abuses of using the justice system as a weapon to try to silence people. I mean, yeah, she could be innocent, she could be guilty. And that's shocking in of itself. And this charge is shocking in of itself. But it's just seeing the reaction of so many other people that they're just so quick to like get the pitchforks and torches and say, hey, she must be guilty. Why? Because some news media outlet out of California said she was. Shannon states that it makes the most sense to her if it's true that she has a daughter, and that's how she would have had access to someone over 4 months. Yeah, that would be true. If she is found guilty, then that's most likely the explanation that it was her daughter that she had done this to, and that'd be very unfortunate for that girl to have experienced that and go through that, and most likely end up in the adoption system, not adoption system, the what's that called? Foster care system, where it could potentially happen again. You know, it's probably going to be a while before we really find out anything concrete. And a lot of people are probably going to just keep saying how disgusted they are with her. Yeah, I'm disappointed that she was using meth. I thought she was a little bit smarter than that. But just because she's guilty of using a horrible drug like that doesn't then make her guilty for everything else. And she had a loaded handgun. I mean, how is that exactly a crime? I mean, unless California is something strange where you're not allowed to keep a loaded gun in the house. I mean, I know she has guns, and she's always said that they were registered firearms, so. Take care, Madman. Thanks for stopping by. I think I'm going to hop off here. I've pretty much said everything. Thank you, Madman, Tom Leach, DJ Volk, Lucky, Shannon Gibbs. Thank you for stopping by into the chat. especially you, Shannon. Thank you so much. You have certainly brought to light some possibilities on this. I'm very sad by this. I'm very sad for Mercedes. I'm very sad for this girl. Either this girl was actually raped and molested, and that's very horrifying, or she's being coached to say all of these things, which to me is equally as horrifying. And at this point, given everything I've ever heard, and it's too easy to just believe, why would a child lie about this? It's happened. It's like the story I mentioned where the mother coached her daughter to say that her father had raped her when he didn't, and he went to jail for it. And when she was old enough to do something about it, no one believes her because she's like a victim. You could just be still victimized. And that could be the case here. It could not. Who knows? We'll find out. But last statement I'll make is, the spirit of our system is that people are innocent until proven guilty. And I'm going to believe she's innocent until she's proven that she's guilty. And even if she's found not guilty, which I know that's not the same as being innocent, I'm still going to focus on innocent until proven guilty. She has to be guilty beyond a reasonable doubt that this happened for me to believe that she, of all people, could do this. So I'm going to get going. Once again, thank you, everyone. This is Mad Cat signing off.